Alright, hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, 𝗖𝗓𝗧𝗪. Today we're going to be putting in a new charging handle. Today we have the Breek Arms Warhammer charging handle. This is actually Ambidextrous, and it is their micro version, which means that the handle is shorter to prevent snags, anything from might be holding on to stuff and things like that. So it just makes it a little more accessible. It is built for suppressors, but it also just replaced any factory mil-spec charging handle. So we're going to go ahead and get this bad boy changed. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. Alright, I might even just time lapse this as it might take a bit. We might take a pause in the middle. So if there's any recommendations in the comments for future applications, better ways to do this, let me know. I am all ears. I am learning the name of the game here. But I did realize after hashtag running your gun a few times, outdoor, indoor, especially outdoor when I have this sling around me and I'm actually running and doing some drills, moving and shooting, that this charging handle in the field, when we have to hold our bolt catch down and pull this charging handle back to keep it open and show that the weapon is clear, that actually is kind of inconvenient, especially for me since I'm right-handed. I always have to kind of reach over and maneuver the firearm in a different way to kind of pull back this piece here in order to actually pinch this bolt catch. I'm also looking at a bat lever as well, which would essentially wrap around this bolt catch here, and then there will be a lever that goes down here and makes it easier to do your right hand and to just hit that lever and the bolt catch will close. So more updates on that. So let's go ahead and get this set up for this installation. So I'll start off with taking off some accessories here. Hopefully I have everything I need. Like I said, this is new to me. I don't know if I should take off my sight or not. We'll try it without taking it off because right now it's at a pretty solid spot. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and take it off because I have a location indicator. Hold on, if it wants to come off. Okay, maybe not. It is pretty on there. We will do our best without it. So, as you can see here, the rifle is clear. Bolt catch is closed because rifles are pretty sensitive, so just like to keep all the dirt and debris out, but there is no mag in it. Mag was clear, all that. So, according to some YouTube videos, thank you for all the other YouTubers out there that have videos up like this, we want to start with our rear takedown pin, and then if we want to or need to, we can do our front takedown pin, but this will essentially allow this to kind of come up and over. And I have a pretty limited workspace here, so we'll see how much space we actually have for this. So let's start by pushing these out. And I think I might actually need another tool here in a minute to get these out. So let's see. As you can see, this thing is pretty scratched up. And that's another thing too. So with this sling that I have, a little off topic, it tends to scratch or rub against the lower and the upper here. And then also when I wear my range belt, it also rubs against the buckle. So if there's any recommendations for a remedy to that, please let me know down in the comments. Anything you guys use to prevent any scraping and brushing against your firearm when you're actually shooting it and moving and all that good stuff. Alright, so we were able to go ahead and punch out that takedown pin. So let's, for the first time ever, let's see if we can get that. I think it's supposed to stay out like that, and then that's good. Alright, so bear with me here. Not sure why it's not coming out. Alright, let's pause and see if I can figure this out. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So I actually figured it out. Silly me. Safety mechanism here. So the bolt catch, since it is locked back and your charging handle is free, we're going to go ahead and release that bolt catch to bring the barrel, the bolt carrier group, forward here. So there we go. So your bolt carrier here fell forward. And now give your takedown pins out. So now we should be able to just pull this up. Wowzers, I did it. Okay, so next on the agenda is gonna move this sling out the way. So now here we have our rifle and the lower separated from the upper here partially, and we still have our front takedown pin in place. So next we have the interior of the bolt carrier group and your charging handle. So we just want to kind of take these out together. So we'll pull them both out at the same time. We'll take out this here. And this is your bolt carrier group. And this is the mil-spec charging handle. All right. To be honest, while I'm in here, I should probably clean it. So let's see. I do have some of these cleanse oil filled and range saturated wipes. So this cleans, lubricates, protects, and prevents rust. I'll do a full cleaning after I do this, but just for the purposes of the video, I'll do a quick wipe down and then install the charging handle here, just so I don't take up so much time. Let's go ahead and get one of these off. And they actually have, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the sort of pine saw. It's sort of like a pine saw smell. This is what they look like. They come out kind of green. So I'll just go ahead and wipe down on the inside here. All right. And all the dirt, gook, grime. It's a preliminary wipe down. All right. So it definitely needs it. Cool. All right, so we'll set that over here to the side for now. And we'll get to work. So we have the Breek Arms Warhammer charging handle. And I got this from PSA. I got this, I think it's about 45 bucks. Time of filming this is currently Memorial Day weekend. And PSA kind of ran a pretty good sale on it. I believe it was about 35 bucks. So out the door I paid maybe a little less than 60, 50. Taxes, shipping and handling, stuff like that. So side-by-side comparison. Mil-spec on the right, Warhammer on the left. So as you can see the difference with the top here. On here you only have that left side latch. With the Warhammer, you're able to pull it out both sides. So you have right, you have left. Cool, cool. And let's check the back here. Same kind of groove. Standard groove here. All right. And so this one can be used for suppressors. So that is one difference to note as well. You do have that serration or cut right there to allow the gases to escape. So that is that. For our bolt carrier group here, when we install it, we want to make sure that this piece here, as we see it, is currently locked back. Want to make sure that it's pushed forward and locked front. Now to put this back in, that is the fun part, to say the least. Yes. All right. So first, we want to install the charging handle. So let's go ahead and try to do that. So with that, we want to take our grooves here. And on the inside here, the lighting is not that good. You'll find two grooves, even for me. Give me 1 second. Let's actually adjust the lighting. All right, let's go ahead and get this put back together. So turn it this way here. So inside here, you'll see a round kind of shape. And that is essentially when you put this in, you're going to want to kind of find where these grooves can go and slide it back in that way. So let's go from here. All right, and we put it back in, it'll slide forward a little bit. And then for our bot carrier group, you want to make sure that the tube is pushed forward instead of, for example, back. So this is back, right? And you want to turn it and make sure that it's forward. All right, so we're going to put that in first. We'll put the gas tube in first and then push it forward. And it should latch to the charging handle a bit, and they should slide in together. Share a click. Cool. All right. Then after that, we will close her up. Oh, let's put this back over here. Let's put this up here. Okay. Take down pin fell back in, so pull that back out and then push it in. All right, so that pops in. And what you want to do for a function check, so that feels a lot different, right? So you see your bot carrier grip moving. So now let's try to lock this bot back. Cool. It works. Close that. Functions like normal. Do the bot release. Goes forward like normal. Firearm is empty. Let's go ahead and take it off of safe. This is a safe and controlled environment. And we're going to go ahead and do a trigger test. All right. It's empty, so we will re-engage. Do it again. All right. So everything seems to be functioning nicely. Put it back on safe. Going to lock the bolt catch back. Go ahead and close that bolt catch. All right. So this is what the new charging handle looks like. I think it's fitting. So if you guys haven't checked out already, I did a full review on this Diamondback DB15. And I probably should have mentioned that sooner in the video. But if you stayed this long, thank you for staying. Thank you for watching. If you're a current subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate all the comments, recommendations that you all leave below. I'm here to learn, so any comment is great. Thank you all so much. So yes, I did a review on this firearm. Feel free to check that out. It just went over the firearm when I got it. A few additions that I made originally, very minor. This is the major one, so I'm actually kind of proud of myself because this is the first time of me doing this live on camera, guys. So you guys, we did this together. Round of applause. So that was pretty cool. So this is a major change I've done. And you know, I will say one thing about being in this 2A community firearms journey that I have here is when I do more of these tactical trainings, I learn a lot about not just myself, but a lot about the firearms that I run. So this firearm particularly, I love it. 16-inch barrel, non-suppressed, great starter gun. And you realize when you actually run your gun, hashtag run your gun, you learn what you like about it, what you don't like about it, some things that you want to change, some things that you want to add. For example, this charging handle, I knew for a fact that I would prefer ambidextrous one, Maybe even a new trigger someday now that I can separate the upper from the lower, which is pretty cool. Super simple. I did overcomplicate it, especially like when my pistols, when I would do gun cleaning, I would tell people I'd be highly upset if I take it apart and can't put it back together. But I'm just a little overcritical with myself, and it doesn't hurt to, you know, give it a try for once. But that's something I definitely learned. So the more you train and get out there and use your products and your firearms, and don't just make them safe queens and kings, you definitely learn a lot more about your preferences, as well as some things that you dislike and don't, and you do like. So I will say that is great. So I don't know if you guys have seen already. I do have like a walkthrough PDP. I don't think I've done a video on that, but I'll do that one day when I get it fixed, right? So that was awesome. If you follow me on Instagram, always aim and inspire. I have a reel in there that shows my firearm when I ran it at a defensive pistol training. And it was a very long day, 4 or 5 hours out there running it nonstop, boom, 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 right? And at some point I lost my front sight, right? Maybe the gun got too heated. Maybe this is a known problem with Walther. Unclear. I love the firearm, so I'm really hoping it's not a known problem. So I'm just waiting on getting that front sight replaced, but that's just another thing. So maybe I just need a more sturdy sight up there. Maybe it was time for aftermarket sight, but these are just kind of the things that you kind of get to learn and nitpick with when you actually run your equipment. So I am happy to continue this journey, happy to bring you all along with me so that I can share. Hopefully I am inspiring others out there. That's what I aim to do. But thank you all for tuning in today. Remember to stay tactical, stay graceful. Peace.